everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, welcome to the channel. Please consider hitting the subscribe button below, the like button, and that post notification bell right there. That'll tell you whenever we've got new content out on one of our many projects floating around here. Today, we are back working on the Challenger, and my goal is to get the front and rear glass out, and then we can start taking off a bunch of parts. We have to do, of course, the roof skin, this rear trunk valance, and then the package tray inside all need to get replaced, as well as this fender, or this quarter patch. I'm still waiting on that from Classic. They've had a supplier issue since about May, but I'm still patiently waiting on that. But if we can get these other parts put in, oh yeah, there's a floor pan for the passenger side. Back there behind the 52, we've got a fuel tank, we've got fuel lines. There's the inner fender, which goes there, but we need to take the engine out first. So, I mean, there's a ton of stuff to do on this thing. I just don't like working on a dirt floor. So, I think a lot of it's gonna have to go up to the shop or the garage this winter, which is heated, thankfully. So if we can get started on taking the glass out, that's gonna give us freedom to work on a lot of the other metal work. Not sure I'm gonna get this thing stripped of primer this fall yet, so that'll have to wait till spring. But it's gonna get us closer to getting the metal back on it, and I can work on the doors. There's a little patch needs to go on there. That's not a big deal. But the big thing is next year, we're doing brake swap. So we're gonna throw disc brakes all around. That's gonna be a big deal. Engine, maybe that'll get yanked out this winter, who knows? We'll see. But for now, the part of importance, or the important part here, is get the glass out. And Darren would like to save the glass, so I'm gonna try and not to screw it up. And unlike the 52, which all this trim and glass was all in one big gasket, I am reading and this trim comes out, which I'm finding. There's some clips buried back in here. And who knows if those come out and get replaced with the trunk filler, who knows? But trim comes off and then the glass is held in with glue versus the 52, which was a big ugly gasket and other goo. So we're gonna go ahead and see if we can't get this rear glass out without breaking it. I know, it has some stickers on it from its past life. So we'll let Darren make that call once it's out. The front window, we'll see. It does have some scratches in it from, looks like the wipers were used with no wiper on it. Yeah, there's a metal in here. You actually see it. Yeah, there's metal right in here poking out, causing a scratch in here. So I don't know if he's gonna want to keep this glass or not, but we're gonna do our best to get both of them out without breaking anything. And so far I'm 2 for 2 on the Chevy. The windshield is already broken, so I really didn't care about that. And the back glass came out flawless, even with the big curve. So let's just go ahead and work through this one here and see what we get. My biggest thing is I've got tape across the bottom here, which has been here for probably 20 years. So it's kind of a pain to work through because it's not really coming off easily. So anyways. Yep. Alrighty, let's see what kind of damage we can avoid doing. I guess the nice thing about having the trunk out is I've got a place to put the camera for y'all. Definitely gonna need some goo gone. So I've started to poke up with this a little bit and made some progress. Just taking a body tool or trim tool and lightly working my way under here. Luckily, everything is already so kind of rusted and out of place anyways. It came off really easily, so wasn't really in danger of bending anything. There we go, it comes right off. And let's see. Hold on a second. Okay, yes, there is a clip right here. Not sure if one was supposed to be there, but there's one. Yeah, maybe there was supposed to be one out here, but doesn't seem to be much of anything there now. We've got one clip there. Let's keep working across this back here and see what we can get. And before the internet starts hating me, I'm going to go ahead and put some tape on here so I don't scratch up this trim, because it's not easy to find, and when you do find it, it's not cheap. There we go, that wasn't too bad. You just have to be careful as you're going through here. Don't try and just rip and grab, or bad things are gonna happen. So, I'll have to see, does my window go in first or does my vinyl go on first? Because it looks like the vinyl roof is under the glass. Well, we'll see. Let's keep working around the side here, see what we get. Alrighty, well, the trim is off. Aside from one little piece getting a little bit of a kink right there, which I can easily massage back in place, everything came off without too much of a hassle. It's more of, like I said, just going slow and not rushing anything. Now, if you can see, it looks like the vinyl top goes right up to the glass, but not under it. So that's going to be helpful. Let me rip this stuff off. All right, well, we got most of that stuff out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and clean up this mess a little more, work on trying to cut some of the glue out of here before I go at it, and hopefully kind of make things a little easier when we actually do get to cut the glass out. So we'll come back once I get this area kind of cleaned up, because that's kind of a mess. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and see if we can take my little tool here, my good old window removal tool, and go ahead and slice along the edge of where the glue is and see if that's not gonna help us start to loosen this thing up. If I can run this along the edge of the glass, hopefully it'll break up enough of the seal and it will allow me to kind of just push the glass out from the back. Here again, I'm pulling very firm. Try this again. Try this again. I'm pulling very firm, but I'm not trying to go fast. So nice, slow, steady pressure to break that adhesive up seems to be the way to do it. This adhesive is pretty much just separated from the window. Glass is already loose. You can't see it from where you are, but I can pull this up just a hair. All right, I'm gonna see if we're anywhere close to being able to push this thing out. Just to be sure, that should do it for us. All right, let's see if we can get this glass out. Hey, there we go, look at that. All right, now, not sure where I'm going to put you yet. Alrighty, well that's an accomplishment for me, I think. I got it out there without breaking it. That was the important part. And I'm not sure if you could hear it from your end, but me, when I was trying to get the seal broken loose on this lower filler panel here, I could just hear it crunch, crunch, crunch with rust. So luckily this is one of the pieces getting replaced. You can clearly see why. And now I can probably get a little better look in the back here. And there we go. You can see the filler in there. So at one point in its life, it started to rust out, probably below the trim here, or below the vinyl, and it just got puttied in. Here we go. You can see right here where it got puttied in with filler, and that just didn't quite do the trick. So we've got this panel, we've got this package tray, so we're going to go ahead and get everything cut out of there, zip, gone, and put the right stuff in there. So we're going to go ahead and move on to the front window next and see if we can't be quite as successful. We've got to keep these two little standoffs. Maybe they have replacements, maybe they don't, but more filler over here. We're gonna have to see if these old Sparkomatic speakers still work. I'm thinking they don't, but we'll be sure to put some decent 6x9s in here for Darren. Maybe even one little sub right back in here. Not gonna cut anything out, but we'll see. Alrighty, we are back. We're gonna try and tackle the front glass and see if it comes out as painlessly as the rear glass. And I'm sure I probably just jinxed myself. The only thing I've got to figure out or remember is that this is a one-way blade on here. It is cut on this side, so for a lefty like me, it doesn't always work right. There we go. There's our front glass. Let me go find a place to put this quick. Alrighty, well that was less painful than I expected it to be. We got the glass out, didn't crack. Yeah, I'm quite impressed with that. I do know we did find some rust here, and over on the passenger side there is some rust too, so I need to make sure that, well, this looks like rust for sure, but I need to make sure that there was never supposed to be a drain hole here beforehand that just sort of got bigger. I mean, it sort of drains into the cavity of the vehicle, so I think that would be a little strange. But I mentioned I found some Bondo, and when I was taking the interior out, it looks like this area had been damaged before. If you look under here and get some light, if you look under here, this center panel, there's some welds on here that honestly look worse than mine. So I think that this was crunched at some time, whether a tree fell on it or somebody jumped on the roof or something. But this center panel here got replaced. We are working on our second vinyl roof, or I guess we'll be putting on our third vinyl roof. And I don't know, the story just kind of keeps getting more interesting, but you can see that this was super rusty up here. So definitely good it's getting replaced. We originally thought maybe just patched a couple holes in the roof, and then we got a deeper look at it and went, oh, no, that's getting replaced. So good thing we're doing that. And I guess our next steps are going to be start working on these rear panels, these filler panels and valances to get put in. I'm going to wait until I get up to the garage for a weekend to brace in for the body structure here so we can take off this roof skin. Because right now it's not adding a lot of rigidity, but it should if it's all in one piece. And I want to make sure when we take it off and put it back on, we're not going to tweak anything by being on the unlevel ground down here in the shop. And yeah, so this turned out a little more anticlimactic than I hoped. Well, I guess I hadn't hoped anything bad happened, but I mean, this after all is me. Alrighty, well that's going to do it. thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do. I know I said it before, but probably you may not have been listening to me. So go ahead, hit that little button. And when we come back next time, we'll work on more of this, maybe the Chevy, who knows. We've got some merchandise over on Teespring. We've got a Patreon account. We are over on Instagram as well and Facebook, all at Doc's Autos. So I guess until the next time we see you, have fun doing what you're doing, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.